who the hell in their right mind wants a freaking Venetian plaster studio? And especially in a place where I haven't really established myself yet. That's one. I haven't established myself there at all, bro. I showed up. I met a really kind-hearted designer.
What's her name?
I liked her. Lorraine Pignon. Yeah, Lorraine Pignon. And she's won so many awards, bro, for like being the best designer, like repeatedly over and over and over again. There in El Paso. When I met her, I was like, this individual, there's something different about her.
You felt that different.
Yeah, I felt that vibe that she, like energy that she was giving, you know? I don't know, dude, it was just different.
That's what I was gonna say. There's some designers that no matter how hard you try, it's like,
Right?
we're gonna buy it. You know?
Yeah.
But then there's some that you just click with.
Yeah.
We can work together on it.
Right. Yeah. And
I see your vision, you see what my techniques, let's collab.
It's been really smooth, you know?
That's good.
And even my wife likes her. Like I said, there's an energy about her. But going beyond that, I seen an opportunity, you know? Even though everything in my freaking mind was telling me, dude, why are you gonna do this right here? In Paso, Texas, are you serious? You know, to do a studio. But my mind was thinking, if I do it in El Paso, somewhere where it's centralized, you know, you have the West Coast, which is here, and then you have the East Coast, and everything in between. And in the middle is El Paso. But believe it or not, bro, El Paso is a growing city. It's a city that's been established by a lot of high-end contractors.
Really?
High-end, yeah, dude. There's a lot of high-end designers there. But as far as using the Venetian plaster products, you know, I guess you can call it, you know, like the micro cements, all the newer stuff, right? That's coming out.
The newer names.
Right, the newer names. There you go. That's the parentheses.
Yeah.
There's some that are paying attention to it and starting to see that, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's actually beneficial to use it because a lot of homeowners are actually requesting it or maybe even curious about it, right? Us being the only ones having a design studio in El Paso, Texas, it kind of puts us in a different category, right? Like, not that they can't do it themselves, right? But, you know, as far as like having the experience, for instance, like for you, as an individual, if you were to take your business and move to a city where there is no, you know, Venetian plaster finishes or anything like that, you can actually, like, you know, push the market out there and help it out. But I don't know.
need to come visit that studio. I want to see it.
You should, bro.
Love to.
You should. And if you're there, I might just get some material or have it ready for you so you can help me plaster a few walls.
All right. It's a deal.
When I first got the studio, I was thinking, man, what am I doing? You know, I felt like I was putting my socks on after my shoes. you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, look, dude, this is something you do when you've already established yourself. You got to establish yourself first.
Establish yourself, though.
Right. Well, in the industry, yes, there's a lot of guys that don't know who we are, right? And there's a lot of guys that do. What I'm referring to is like in the city where I really want to bring this plaster to El Paso. I actually have like a lot of history there, bro. I grew up in LA. I'm from LA. I was born and raised out here. I had a lot of family in El Paso, so you know, whenever we couldn't pay our rent or we had like, you know, money problems, bro, because we had that a lot.
You had a lot of family in El Paso.
Oh yeah, dude. I still do. I still do. As a kid, you know, I hated El Paso as a kid, bro. I actually hated everywhere we live, bro. This is not gonna be one of those things where everywhere, bro. Because as a kid, once you get established somewhere, you can make friends at school, and then your mom and dad tells you, hey, we're leaving. All right, let's go. Where are we going? Oh, well, we're moving. Get your stuff. Again? Like, you know, it was one of those kind of things. So we moved from LA to El Paso, from El Paso to LA, from LA to El Paso.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's how I, you know, lived the beginning teenage years of my life, and it was cool. I mean, now I look back and I say, you know, it was cool because, you know, not a lot of people could say that they lived in, you know, 2 or 3 different places. You know, some people stay in one place their whole lives, you know. But I thought it made a lot of sense for me to go back, you know, because here, if I were to come here, let's just say if I were to come here and try to establish myself here, how hard would it be? It would be freaking.
It's hard.
It's hard, bro. And I'm already at that age where I'm like, I'm not trying to, you know. And then to come in here and step in, this is your territory. This is a lot of different applicators' territory that are out here that we know personally. And for me to come out here and be like competition and be like, you know, I'm good, bro. I'd rather go somewhere where there's no competition, essentially. You get what I'm trying to say, you know? And so that's why I wanted to go back to El Paso for various reasons. This designer, Lorraine, she made it really easy to make that decision to be like, you know what? it's not a bad idea.
This is needed here.
Yeah, it's needed here.
Yeah,
it's
not very well known. It's rare.
Yes, and it can essentially become something bigger than me, you know. So I started to kind of brainstorm, like, all right, what if I get the building and then nothing happens? Which, yeah, we've had some foot traffic in the studio. It's been good, you know. It's been a good response so far. My goal is Lime Burn to be separate from what I do. Lime Burn is only and solely for people like you and I. And when I mean I separate myself from my business.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, my business is my business. That's my business. But as far as Lime Burn goes, Lime Burn for me, obviously, you know, eventually it's gonna end up making money. Eventually, I'm not doing it for that. And me and you had that conversation, and you made me think about that last night, dude. And I can honestly say, like, I felt like a bubble was popped. You know, when you were like all in love and you see like little hearts and all that. Like, I felt like you just pop one of my bubbles for me, bro. I was like, oh, damn, dude. You know, I didn't even think about that. Because I swear, bro, until you told me that. We're at this pizza place, Miguel. Oh, by the way, guys, Miguel, he's a very, very well-orientated individual from El Paso, Texas. Super talented. He's our camera guy. So if you guys see any of the videos, it's a one-man show. It's a one-man show, man. Like, he's amazing. Last night at the pizza restaurant, how you told me, hey, this is a great idea, man. Lime burned and all that. It's a great idea, but like, how are you gonna finance it, or how are you gonna make money doing it? And I'm like, my response to you was, I haven't thought about that yet. I don't know yet. You know, I just know that I want to do this. You know, so the goal for Lime Burned is not make it about me, Angel. It's about the people who are out there, you know, continuing that, not the trade. We already established that. It's the craft that we do, and how important it is to keep it. Even though everyone out there that's doing it, you know, I gotta admit, bro, I just got on social. We were just talking about that too, about social media. That's what I wanted to talk about. Because look, guys, this dude right here, he's a lot like me. Like, here, let me give you guys a little bit of a spiel on Corby Facer. Corby, he's been in the business for over 20 years, almost 30 years.
Well,
yeah, close.
20.
Close. Honestly, we're so old we can't even remember, bro. It's been a long time.
Yeah, started playing around with it, 25 years ago, maybe.
Right. Yeah. With that being said, this guy right here has never had social media, never even thought about it, and neither have I, dude. We never needed it for him.
I've never used it to promote my business, ever.
Neither have I, dude. Until recently. Until recently.
3 days ago.
Right, so 3 days ago.
Honestly.
Yeah, because I've been pressing this guy like, hey, you got to do it. And I feel kind of hypocritical because my sons have been pressing me, and my sons have also been Lime Burn. You know, I've had the privilege.
They're out there doing their thing.
They're doing their thing too out in Colorado. He just recently took on a few projects out there that I'm pretty amazed on how good they're doing, you know. Sometimes I'm like, man, they're doing better than me, you know. They're doing good, dude. That's what I want. Yeah, exactly, dude. Those of you who don't know, you guys can look him up. He's the owner of Textone Industries. He's the one that spearheaded everything, right? I mean, I know we've been talking about him, right, a lot actually, and he's the one that spearheaded this.
The movement.
The movement. Yeah, I can say, like, for me, you know where you got your start from, where I got my start from. Just short and simple, I got it because of Ofer. When I started and my endeavor, I was already doing it, but there was something that happened in my life where it was like a pinnacle moment for me. It established me mentally to make a decision to want to stay doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Ofer was the one that kind of made that happen for me.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where it was like, honestly, it was an impacting moment in my life. I just remember a phone call, and then boom, it happened, and things were changed and things flipped, and yeah, it was one of those kind of things for me. It was a story for another day because it's not about me. And we get to interview him tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Definitely a really cool thing, bro. Yeah, it really is. When I got this idea in my mind to do this, I was really excited about it. I was so excited because I thought it was a great idea, you know, lime burned, ancient times until now, to be able to display it and then to get it off the ground and running and you know, to be here with you today. You know, it's happening, right? It's happening for us. This is something that's happening, right? My whole thing was just not to mess it up.
That's all right.
This deserves the top of the line interviews, top of the line conversations, whoever's going to be watching, you know, for them to look at us and say, oh, well, if they could do it better or anything like that, you know, because, you know, there's guys out there that might be a little bit more qualified to be able to do like an interview or a podcast and things like that. But for me, the love of the Plaster, the love of the industry, to me, I love doing this, bro. I have so much love for the industry that as far as when it comes to the resources, there's no one backing this. This is coming out of us, to be able to do this, I'm hoping that, all the applicators out there can see this is from an applicator for the applicators.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel strongly about it, bro. That's how I feel, dude.
You hungry?
Yeah, let's go get something to eat.
Should we go get Plaster?
Let's go get plastered. Let's go get plastered. Get plastered, guys.
Yeah.
But after that, you're gonna wake up the next day feeling really burned out. Lime burned.